Okay, this is part 2 of my question and answer. The next question, it was from Proletariat12. Do you ever worry about your students stumbling onto your videos where you can be very vulgar and offensive to some people? This was probably the stickiest question that I received, and I'm not entirely sure how to answer it. First of all, I maybe it's my standards are low, but I don't think I'm ever that vulgar or offensive. I realize I offend some people, but you can do almost anything, and offend some people. But to answer the question, I think that it really depends on what the definition of student means, I suppose. When I was a college professor, the answer would have been no. I wouldn't have had a problem with my students finding my videos. I didn't share them. But at the same time, I didn't. If they had found them, I certainly would have never. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. When I was teaching at a grade school, however, they crossed my mind more than once that some student would find them and show their parents. So, financially, it would have been, it would have been a difficult situation, to say the least. If some parent would have found offense with something I said when their second grader found it. But overall, I'm not really, in a general sense, I'm not ashamed of what I say. I'm not ashamed of my opinions or my beliefs. I pretty much share them with everybody. I don't think that, obviously with the language I use in some of my videos and such like that, I wouldn't want, again, my grade school students to have seen necessarily. It's better for them not to have seen it. But basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm not. I stand by what I say. When I'm wrong, when I'm shown to be wrong, I will add an annotation to my videos. If somebody, whatever. But I don't believe, even if I make a video that's so completely wrong, offensive, bad, I think I kind of owe it. That's my past. I should keep it up. Even if I'm somewhat ashamed of that video. The only time I've ever taken a video down, and it wasn't because I was ashamed of the video. Well, I was ashamed of the video, but that was not why I took it down. Was when I made a video response to Big Jerry, and I crossed the line between disagreeing with what he said and started launching into his character, and I was ultimately proved to be wrong about his character. He's a good guy, even if I still, to this day, disagree with what he stands for and says. He's a decent guy. And I made a video. I uploaded a video after I took that one down, stating that much, saying that I'm not, that I took this video down because of what I said was wrong, and made an apology video to him. And I'll do that in the future if I ever. But for the most part, an annotation works just as well. For the most part, in that case, it wouldn't have. It didn't carry the same weight, in my opinion. So, yeah. So next, make sure to check my time here. I ran over. I had to split this in half. Went over the first time. So, Tattoo Skin 72. Are you currently working in your dream career, or is there something else you'd rather be doing? Well, right now, at this moment in time, and I don't mean making this video, I mean career-wise, absolutely I am not in my dream career. I'm working, I'm actually doing 2 different online contract jobs that, are paying the bills, but they're not what I want to be doing. And prior to this, when I was living in Juneau, I was teaching at a grade school, and which I loved. It was great, but it wasn't my dream career. But prior to all that, I was doing my dream career. I actually, for 2.5 years, was teaching college, and I loved it. It was fulfilling. It completed me, to sound sappy. It was the best job I've ever had, and I'm afraid that it was the best job that I ever will have had. Even if I get another college job, I'm not convinced that I will ever love it as much as I loved that job. I was, I was teaching at the college that I graduated from. I was in the role, in the position, in the office of my advisor, who was one of the most amazing people I've ever met, who greatly influenced my career, who unfortunately died in an accident. And I was in her office filling her gigantic shoes that I could never even come close to filling, but doing my best. And in that role, I advised a student who, well, now, in fact, as we speak, at this very moment, is starting her PhD or getting into her PhD program. So it's academic reproduction. She's, here's somebody that I advised who's now going on to, what I believe to be a career that will certainly overshadow anything I've ever done in my life. And to me, that's wonderful. That's just, you can't ask for more as a teacher. And I would love to get into a teaching job again. I'd like to get into a job teaching adults again, only because, I deeply admire the things that, grade school teachers and middle school teachers and high school teachers do. Having done it now, I don't envy their workload, but I wish. I'm amazed at what they do, and then, but to me, having then after that, then getting these minds and, teaching them this lie of evolution and thoroughly indoctrinating them, and taking away all their morality and stuff. Just getting these people, these kids, and then showing them the amazing world that they live in. They've been around their whole lives. They've never really noticed, not as fully as they can. To me, is my dream career. I love that. Not to sound sappy, but I used to look weekends. To me, during my last job teaching grade school, weekends I look forward to. Oh God, thank God it's Friday. When I was teaching college, I'd be like, thank God it's Monday. I loved that 5 days. It was 5 days when I was in front of a classroom, and I it meant more to me than anything else I think I'll probably ever do. So, all right, I'm gonna stop this now and go to part 3.